So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back in the LeBron era with a very fun rebuild today. It's going to be the Sacramento Kings. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the roster in just a second, but it is a very interesting roster. This era, and really every era up until now in Sacramento, had been extremely dysfunctional. We're going to have rookie DeMarcus Cousins today. We're going to hope to build around him and lead this team to a championship. So it's crazy to me when we think back about the DeMarcus Cousins era in Sacramento. So many people now, and it wasn't even that long ago, don't know how dominant he really was in a Kings jersey. So I'm going to flash it back a little bit today, see if we can rewrite history a little bit, get this Kings team a championship. There was a ton of requests to do this one. That's why we are here doing it today. Of course, as always, if you guys have any other video ideas, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. But seriously, big thank you to all of you guys. The support, the ideas recently have been absolutely fantastic. And I promise you, even if I don't heart your comment, I do see it. I fully see every single comment on all of my videos, and I really do appreciate all of you. So really big thank you to all of you again. That's it though. This team, this franchise, everything about it is a complete dysfunctional shit show. Let's fix that. We're going to go ahead and go over this roster in just a sec, but real quick before we do, I want to read you off the list of guys that were actually on this Kings teams that are not in 2K or just didn't have the rights, whatever it may be. You all know what I'm saying at this point. So just some notable names. Samuel Dalembert, we got Jason Thompson, Marcus Thornton, Hassan Whiteside, and Antoine Wright. So there are some relatively notable names here. Again, it's not like anybody franchise altering, so we'll work around it. Hopefully there's not too many auto-generated, expensive-ass 68 overalls. That's what I do not want. This team in real life won only 24 games. There's clearly a reason for that. We're going to try to build this up from the top. So let's go over the roster. We got Ben Udrih here. He's only 28 years old. He's on a relatively nice contract for that overall. Again, I don't know if he's going to be my franchise point guard for the entirety of the video, but he's definitely a really good starting point. Maybe goes to a bench role at some point. Luther Head is here. All-time name, not an all-time player. 73 overall on a one-year contract. Is this a 56 overall? What are we doing, right? I understand if you can't get rights to people, you have to put in somebody auto-generated. Don't give me a 56 overall. That's egregious. That's what that is. Shooting guard spot, Tyreke Evans, kind of a little bit of an NBA what if. I mean, Tyreke Evans, for the most part, the guy was a bucket, right? I mean, there's just really no ifs, ands, or buts about that. This will be his second year technically in the league. And again, if he develops well and he's kind of on that course throughout the 3 years of this rebuild, we'll probably keep him around because he's the highest overall in the team. Probably one of the best players. We'll see. Dwight Haywood, Luke Maxwell, whoever the hell these people are, Nick Gordon, Lauren okay. Lot of randoms on this roster. Power forward spot, Omri Caspi. He's only 22. I think he can be a good rotation piece for us eventually throughout the course of this video. Now, year one, what he'll do is probably start, develop him. We're not going to be a good team anyways. We all get the gist. We have Carl Landry here, who's 27 years old. We have Dante Green here. And then TJ, just good God. And then Boogie here at the center spot, and then whoever or whatever the hell Chris Elliott is backing him up. So, clearly there's a lot of just made-up names and players in here that are not going to be very useful to me in the grand scheme of this rebuild. So we're going to have to get very creative. I do want to go ahead and check our draft pick situation. We do have our first this year, which is, of course, very, very important because if we are bad, which we likely will be, I'm going to need that. So a lot of decisions to make before we kick off year one. I probably have one or two trades. Our first trade is going to come with the Indiana Pacers, and it is as follows. Luther Head, Nick Gordon, a 2012 second-round pick, heading to the Pacers for Dante Jones and James Posey. Honestly, this isn't my favorite trade in the world, but for what we're giving up, feels like really good value. We're getting two guys who are going to be my small forwards here for year one at least. They're both on multi-year contracts. Neither of them are crazy old. I think this is a relatively solid first deal. Now, we do lose our backup point guard in Luther Head. It's a little bit unfortunate, but, I don't even have starters at my small forward spot. I definitely got to prioritize that. So first trade's in the books. This next trade is going to come with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it is going to look like this. Carl Landry, TJ Weber heading to Cleveland for Daniel Boobie Gibson and Leon Poe. So this is a deal that's ultimately going to kill two birds with one stone. I need to find myself a new backup point guard after trading away Luther Head. Gibson's obviously going to provide that while being on a multi-year deal and only 24 years old. Feels like a really big win there. And then Leon Poe, we need a backup center to somebody to play 10 minutes a night behind DeMarcus Cousins. He's going to provide that for me for at least year one. So Landry is, I guess, a relatively solid option. Compared to this roster, he's pretty much a superstar. But ultimately, Omri Caspi is going to be playing the majority of the minutes. Then we have Dante Green on this team. He's only 22. I don't know much about him, but we're just going to let him ride it out as the backup power forward. So I don't really anticipate many other major moves. I'd like to figure out who's going to be my backup shooting guard, but other than that, it's going to be relatively it for year one. So, I mean, is there like a 72 overall backup shooting guard? Literally anybody. In fact, I can get Zaza. Is kind of crazy. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to take Zaza, and then what I'm going to do is trade Poe, who is also expiring. We'll do this in Lauren Bradley, whoever or whatever the hell that is, and find myself a shooting guard. Like Von Wafer, honestly, for a year wouldn't be the worst option in the world, unless there's somebody just, ooh, I could get Vujacic. I know I get him a decent amount, so I don't want to, but he might not be the worst thing in the world. Marcus Banks is another option. Again, it doesn't have to be anybody elite. I'm looking for somebody preferably on a multi-year deal, but it doesn't appear we're going to be able to find that. So, I don't know, man. I really don't. So, you know what? I'll just take Vujacic. I promise you, I haven't got him in a while. Who am I promising what to? Because, no, I haven't got Sasha Vujacic in a while. Lay off me. I'm sorry. All right, man, let's go ahead and set the rotation. At least we have 10 real people at this point. I think that's the best we can say. Also, I mean, anybody want Chris Elliott? Like, if anybody wants to give me any sort of draft pick or anything, you're more than welcome to. I'm actually going to pick up Kirk Heinrich. What the fuck is that trade? All right. I think we all probably share a relatively similar opinion that this first season in Sacramento is not going to be great by any standard. I mean, we take a look at the roster. Sure, we've definitely improved it, but it's still not anywhere near good enough, especially in a very, very good Western Conference. So here's how it's going to look. It's going to be Beno Udrih, Tyreek Evans, Dante Jones, Omri Caspi, and DeMarcus Cousins as our starting five. Really probably not a lot of surprises in there. Bench unit, Daniel Gibson's going to be my sixth man. You got Pachulia behind him, Sasha Vujacic in here, James Posey, and Dante Green rounding out our 10-man rotation. So I made the trade for Kirk Heinrich. Really the only reason I did that was to have another asset, I guess, come off-season time. Really didn't give up anything of value. So, funny enough, if I reset this, the game actually wants him to start. It's not going to happen, but I guess he's a decent 11th man to have on this team, and he'll be a trade asset come off-season time. So, really excited about kind of the way this video has gone so far. Again, going to be a painful first season, but we'll get through it. I'll see you guys at the end of it. 17-65. What a fantastic way to wrap up year one. LeBron James, it's his first season in Miami. He takes home the MVP award. I'm sure you guys know the spiel at this point. These are always the same in year one. Wow, 63 wins for the Dallas Mavericks. Hey, man, they won it all this year in real life. Can they do it here in 2K? Time will tell. Clearly, a team that's not going to win anything, except maybe the number one overall pick, is us here in Sacramento. Worst record in the Western Conference. It was the worst record in the East, too, if you really wanted to balance it out. So we will be projected that number one overall pick. Of course, it is nice, but it's very, very rare when I'm projected number one overall that I actually get number one overall. So we'll see. Tyreek Evans did lead us in scoring, and Marcus Cousins nearly a double-double rookie season. I'll take that. Really solid rookie campaign out of him. Beno Udrih, Omri Caspi, Daniel Gibson, Jones, Vujacic, Posey, Green, and Pachulia. Rebounds a game is going to be Boogie Cousins, and assists is Tyreek Evans. So, we're just going to sim through this. Of course, it would be nice to be competing here in year one, but that's not really the case for us. So it's going to be a Mavericks and a Bulls finals, and much like it was in real life, Dallas wins it all. They just got a different opponent. So heading into our first offseason, very important offseason for us. Do we have any retirements on our team? Just curious. We did not. We're going to clearly have to go ahead and make some big decisions about, the personnel and the depth, if you will, that we currently do have. But ultimately, we do not want to run back what happened last year, so I'm fine with it. So draft lottery is a very important moment for us. What happens? We get number one. This is back-to-back videos, I think. I've had number one picks. Is it? I think. I don't know. But I'm very happy about this. It's very, very rare when I'm projected number one, I actually get number one. I'll take it, though. So a couple different avenues we can explore with this pick. Have I ever seen worse ratings than this? What are these? Jesus Christ, you're doing my man Paul here a little bit dirty. I mean, at least give, Buddy a star of potential. I mean, you could put me out on an NBA floor right now. I'd have better ratings than that as a head coach. They wouldn't be good, but they'd be better than that. Sorry, Paul. Smell you later, pal. I'll make an offer. No, actually, I don't even have the funds. It's just so dumb. This could be a good day for Jacob Underwood. Maybe unlock some of that untapped potential. We bring him in. I know I obviously get style for a lot, so it's cool to mix it up. Let's head up to the draft, see what we have here in terms of options and flexibility. The number one overall pick is clearly a very big pick. We also have number one in round two, which is very nice. So could make a trade. I'm not 100% sold either way on who I want to take. I know I got Kawhi Leonard in the video just the other day. I also know small forward's a position of need, but I hate getting the same players in back-to-back videos. So I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just saying I'm going to explore my options. I've decided I'm going to keep the first overall pick. I explored a couple different trades. Really, none of them were anything I loved. And yeah, I'm not going to take Kawhi. I really don't like getting the same players in back-to-back videos. I'm going to take Kyrie. He went number one overall actually in this draft. And although if we look at from a talent perspective, sure, Kawhi Leonard might be the better player all time. Kyrie is still a position of need. I was never going to start Beno Udrih the entire video. So excited to have Kyrie here. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. We still do have the 31st overall pick as well. A guy like Chandler Parsons could be a valuable bench piece for me. I see Davis Bertans down here. Reggie Jackson even definitely could have some value, but I think depth-wise at point guard, we're probably good now. So Chandler Parsons is going to be my guy. Welcome to Sacramento. Could maybe be a valuable bench piece for me. So 79 overall here, 73 overall for Parsons. Very excited about that. We take a look at team player options. Evans, Caspi, Green, all coming back. I think if my math is correct, we might have a little bit of money to spend. No, we actually just do not. Do we have any free agents? Who's eating up all our money? Well, I guess we actually do have quite a few players under contract here. Oh, and Posey's making nearly $7 million. All right, so I think at this point what we're going to do is probably explore a bigger trade. I'd like to upgrade both the small forward and the power forward options. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good about this team. So let's get into some of these big trades I've been talking about. I think Andre Iguodala would be a fantastic addition to this team. He's obviously a two-way player. He'd be one of our higher overalls. Actually, he might be our highest overall if we pick him up. But one of the positions we have a lot of depth at right now is Kirk Hinrich. We made the trade for him before year one kicked off. Didn't really play for us. The only real reason we added him was for a moment like this. So we're going to work on something. James Posey's in here to make the money work. And then our first-round pick next year could be valuable. A little bit of an insurance policy. I know I talk about this a lot, but it's top 10 protected. So ultimately, if we suck next year, whatever the situation may be, we'll have the pick. If it's not as valuable, we won't. And it's 2.5 stars right now. It's not going up any higher. So anybody else I could throw in this deal to make the money work? Like, I think I got to be careful here at the power forward spot. Honestly, I'd probably be willing to throw in Jones, but I think, could I get away with like just doing like Bojan Kramer, whoever the hell that is, and like Tyler Pierce? And then, honestly, I'd do one more second. No. Okay. I would probably be willing to part with a guy like Dante. Oh, wow, they can't afford it. Dante Green. And then, holy shit, seriously? I don't have a lot of assets. Fine. One more first. I know this is going to go through, and I know I probably overpaid, but I think it's going to be worth it. We're getting a really good player here in Andre Iguodala. So now what it's going to come down to is figuring out our starting power forward. I think Caspi's a fine reserve player. Good bench piece, but I still would like to make an upgrade, even if it's not a major upgrade. We're making a deal here with the Houston Rockets, and we are acquiring Chuck Hayes. Now, we're giving up Daniel Gibson, Dante Jones, and a first-round pick, but the pick's kind of a wash because we're going to trade it anyways, and we're getting a pick back. So Chuck Hayes is 28. He's on a 3-year deal. By no means is he putting up some elite power forward stats, but he had a really good year last year. He's clearly a better option than Caspi, and I think it is an overall upgrade. So I'm excited about this deal. In terms of our starting rotation, it's going to be Kyrie and Udrih. We have to find a backup for Tyreek. We're going to actually play Parsons behind Iggy. We're good with Hayes and Caspi, and we're good with Cousins and Pachulia. So the only money we really have to spend right now is for some sort of shooting guard. We actually have a lot of money, a lot more money than I thought we did. Okay, I'm not going to go after JR. I also got him in a video the other day, but a guy like Nick Young could be a really good bench option for me. So we bring him in. He's replacing Sasha Vujacic. I'm very excited about this team. I think we could actually be relatively decent. You know, between the acquisitions, some progression that we're hopefully going to see, I'm feeling pretty good right now. No, nobody wants Tyler Pierce. How about if I include a second? Honestly, that's... Anybody want to give me 2? No, but we do get a trade exception with this. Why the hell not? All right, man. I will see you guys at the start of year 2. Am I insane for thinking we could be a relatively good team? Now, I don't think we're going to be competing with the Oklahoma City Thunders and the Dallas Mavericks and the Lakers and all those teams, but I think this is a playoff team. I really do. And that would be a really big step in the right direction for this group we have here in Sacramento. So Kyrie Irving, Tyreek Evans, funny enough, I auto-set this. The game doesn't want Tyreek to start. It wants Nick Young to start. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying it's funny that, I don't know, I guess Nick Young's developing well. Iguodala here at our 3. Got Chuck Hayes, who went down 1 overall. It's not the end of the world as our starting power forward. And then clearly rocking with Boogie as our starting center. He's our highest overall. Nick Young will be a 6-man off the bench, as I mentioned. Dude, the game wants him to start. I didn't think we had the money for a guy of his caliber, but we do. He had a really good season last year. Beno Udrih going to be behind him, backing up Kyrie Irving. You got Caspi now as the backup 4. I know it's ironic that him and Chuck Hayes are the same overalls. We got Pachulia as our backup center, then Chandler Parsons rounding out this 10-man rotation under new head coach, Mr. Jacob Underwood. So, again, there's no possible way we're worse than last season, but I think we are definitely moving in the right direction. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. We wanted to be better, and oh boy, were we. We won 53 games this year. I am very, very happy about the progress we are seeing out of this team. Now, are we a serious contender? I don't know if we're quite there, but 53 wins after a 17-win season is a complete 180. I'll take it. Another MVP for LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard is in Toronto. He went second overall. We obviously had the opportunity to draft him if we wanted to. We went with Kyrie. I think it's kind of working out. Marcin Gortat as our sixth man of the year. Dwight Howard is your depoy. Dante Green, most improved. This always happens. You trade a former role player, always wins most improved. 68-14 for what I'm assuming is the 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder here in the Western Conference. So full look at the standings right now. We are actually a 5 seed. It's insane that 53 wins is like a 5 seed, but that's just how it is, especially with division winners taking a top 3 seed. And here's a look at the Eastern Conference if you'd like. So here are the numbers on the season. How did everybody play? Kyrie as a rookie led us in scoring, while him and Boogie were exactly identical in points. Tyreek Evans, really good third option. Nick Young, Andre Iguodala. Surprised he doesn't really take over more as a scorer, but I guess he doesn't really have to with the talent surrounding him. You got Udra, Hayes, Caspi, Parsons, and Pachulia. Rebounds per game is going to be Chuck Hayes, and assists is Andre Iguodala. So we are playing in the playoffs. It's crazy to think that we're away in the first round as a 53-win team, but nonetheless, here's a look at the Clippers. Very interesting. Blake Griffin, Eric Gordon, DeAndre Jordan, Baron Davis, obviously good. You got Kenneth Boyd, Chris Kaman. So a little bit of a challenge, I'd say, here in round 1 of these playoffs. We are 1-1 right now. We go down 2-1, down 3-1. Okay, fighting back a little bit. Okay. Fuck. All right, so we drop to the Clippers in 7 games, and it's disappointing, to be honest, though. I don't think anybody was beating the Super Team Thunder with 3 MVPs. It is what it is. Any retirements here from Sacramento? Nope. Staff retirements, cool. Hall of Fame, awesome. Let's just get through this. And again, we're not going to have our draft pick this year. We went ahead and traded it, but we will have access. Oh. Where did that pick come from? Was that the Chuck Hayes trade? I don't know, but we now have the 5th overall pick. I have no idea where that came from, but I'll take it. We're good with Underwood. Obviously led us to an incredible second season here. And number 5 overall. A little bit of a surprise, but I'll take it. Okay, we just made a very big trade with the Portland Trailblazers. And we went ahead and acquired LaMarcus Aldridge. I sent Chuck Hayes, number 5 overall pick, 2013 first-round pick, in 2 seconds to Portland for Aldridge, who's going to come in, be an immediate upgrade at this power forward spot. Cassidy's going to stay on the bench, really kind of fill out a lot of our depth there. Look, Chuck Hayes did a really good job for us. And I don't want to say really good. He did a solid job for us in his 1 season here, rebounded the basketball, clearly didn't need to score to be effective, but this is a clear-cut upgrade with Aldridge. I'm super excited about it. Honestly, the 5th overall pick is definitely a super valuable asset, but I just really don't know what move or who I was going to draft there that would have had nearly the effect that Aldridge was going to heading into the final season. So, do we have any free agents? I don't know if we actually do. We're basically all set if we want to run it back. I might make one move just because we might have some money to spend. Like Ronnie Brewer is here if I want to make an upgrade. Chris Kaman actually could be a fantastic addition to this team. I might offer him a no trade. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that because Kaman's an upgrade at the backup center spot. I understand he's 30 years old, but we're getting an upgrade there. And then with our final trade, it's going to be, let's see, Pachulia, Parsons, who I know we drafted and wouldn't mind hanging on to. But again, if we can find somebody a little bit better, like Trevor Ariza, absolutely pitch perfect. This team is so goddamn good right now. I am so excited about the possibilities. See you guys at the start of the 3rd and final regular season. We had a really good team last year, and we've only gotten better, in my opinion. We've added some really quality depth to this team. Obviously, a new starter here with LaMarcus Aldridge, and everything is looking really good, at least on paper. Here's how it's going to be. Kyrie Irving, Tyreek Evans remain our backcourt. Again, game wants Nick Young to start. I'm not going to do it because Evans has been really good, but just kind of crazy. Iguodala here at our 3. You got Aldridge at the 4, and then Boogie Cousins, who's up to a 90 overall as our starting center. Bench unit. Nick Young will clearly be the 6th man here. You got Caspi, who's developing much higher than I thought he even would. Up to an 83 overall as the backup 4. You got Beno Udrih still here. Chris Kaman, newly acquired as a backup center, and then Trevor Ariza as our backup small forward, only playing 10 minutes a night. It's insane. But 10 80-plus overalls, all insane. A lot of depth. Quality depth at that. And yeah, we haven't won a playoff series yet, so the pressure is on to win a championship, but I think this team can do it. Such a good final regular season here in Sacramento, but yet we have not won a playoff series, so a lot of pressure coming up on this final playoff run. We went 70-12 throughout the regular season, which is of course great, by far our best record yet, but we got to turn it up even another notch because the West is very good, and it's led by this guy who is very good himself, Mr. Kevin Durant. Anthony Davis is a Clipper. He's a Rookie of the Year. Jordan Farmar, 6th man. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player. Vucevic, Most Improved. Jacob Underwood does get Coach of the Year. So I'm assuming that means with a 1 seed. It's typically what it means. Here are the full standings. Only 3 games up on the 67-win Thunder. Insane. It really is. Here are the numbers on the season. How'd everybody look? Cousins, Irving, Aldridge, Evans, wow, Iguodala. Almost like a Draymond Green stat line. Like if you kind of look at it. Kind of. Rebounds per game is also Boogie, and assists was Kyrie. So round 1, we have the Memphis Grizzlies. Mike Conley, Brandon Rush, Rudy Gay, you got Zach Randolph, Marcus Gasol. This is a really talented 8 seed. It's just kind of the tale of how the Western Conference was at this time. But we're up 3-0 right now. I'm pretty confident we do sweep. Now moving on to the second round, Minnesota Timberwolves, Steve Nash, who's got to be 40 at this point, 39. Brewer, Gallinari, Kevin Love, who was absolutely in his prime. Minnesota Kevin Love was so good. If you never watched it, go back and watch YouTube clips of it. He was insane. Rudy Sharp, whoever the hell you are. Again, a little bit of a challenging team. I think we're the overall better group, though, so I'm not terribly worried. But we're 2-2, though. We are up 3-2, and we win in 6. All right, here comes the biggest challenge we've seen yet. 3 MVPs with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant. You got Uncle Jeff here, Serge Ibaka, TJ Ford, Tristan Thompson, Dabo Cephalosha coming off the bench. Really big battle for us here. Quick 2-0 lead. Wow, the Timberwolves gave us more of a problem than the Thunder? That's insane. All right, NBA Finals. You thought the Thunder were tough? You haven't seen a damn thing. Yao Ming is here now? That's wild. This Miami Heat team might not have, exactly like, I don't want to say as much depth because that's not really it, but I guess as much depth as the Thunder do, but they have LeBron James, who's won 2 MVPs in this video, and I guess it just really doesn't matter because we're just beating the shit out of everybody. Sometimes 2K likes me. It's weird. It really is. We are just running the Heat off the floor right now, and we're going to be winning this one. So I guess we'll get a couple shots up. Just over 3 minutes to go here. We are on the verge of a championship in our 3rd and final regular season. I am thrilled about it. This team came together quite nicely after a pitiful team in year 1. Just ugly as all hell. And I'm very happy we're going to be capping this one off with a championship today, man. So unless LeBron just goes absolutely crazy, which is, of course, entirely a possibility right now. Do they have the college 3-point lines in here? Is that what that is? What college team plays at Sacramento or the Kings' old arena? I don't know. All right, nonetheless, we're just going to hopefully kind of mail this one in right here. Let's just go up with Aldridge. Okay, that gets blocked. Aldridge go right back up. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, I think if I look at like all the teams I've rebuilt in the LeBron era, the Kings were by far the most requested one, and I think there's only about 7 left, maybe a few less than that. So I know we're slowly coming to the end of this one. We're going to have to find, other series to do, whether it's, we go back into older eras like the Kobe and Shaq era. If you want me to go all the way back to like Bird and Magic, I can. That's a way far back. And my basketball knowledge is good. It's just not that much better, I would say. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go back that far, I'm not going to know nearly as much as I probably would about this era or obviously the current NBA. So, I can do it, though. I can definitely do it. I've done it before. I'll do it again. So, let's take probably one more offensive possession. Kyrie Irving, quick jump shot. Nope. 15 points in 2 minutes is probably not, it's probably too big of a lead, I would say, at this point. Okay, okay. I need one more basket. One more basket, and I'm good. They're going to full court press right now, which is an interesting decision. Because Kyrie Irving is quick as hell. He's a fantastic ball handler. Okay. I'm fucking around too much. Mike Miller, thank God it wasn't a 3. Let's just play some good defense here, Andre. They're going to kick it to... Who is this? Oh, it's D-Wade. He looked tall. He looked tall as hell. All right, we're going to try to hold the ball for the majority of this shot clock and then call it. Where's Kyrie? Kyrie, can you come here, please? You know what? Fuck it. Give me Kyrie in the corner. Oh! I can't get one to go. I cannot get one to go. God damn it. All right, Miller. Going to work on Iguodala here. Where's Cousins, by the way? Like, why is DeMarcus Cousins not in the game right now? Oh, shit. I'm choking the hell out of this right now. I really am. Focus. Oh, he's coming. No, is that? No, that's not. That's Nick Young. I have no idea why Cousins isn't in right now. I'm going to waste the shot clock. We're going to sit here and hopefully get this under a minute, and then we're going to call a screen. Yao fucking Ming is not fast enough to keep up. Oh, it's actually Iguodala. It's Iguodala. I can't fucking speak right now. Foul? No. Good night. Always feels great capping my videos off with championships, and we do just that as DeMarcus Cousins is your finals MVP. So, this team came together very quickly, but it looks very, very good. Just so many 80-plus overalls. Really like the way this video kind of rounded out. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, click the like down below. That'd obviously be awesome. I know this video's probably been long enough, so I will keep this short. But yeah, any other video ideas, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. Videos, challenges, series, whatever they may be, hit me down below down there. So, yeah, man, thanks so much for watching. I always fuck up my outro. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.